My love, if you find the time, I invite you to read these words slowly. Not with your eyes alone, but with the quiet spaces of your heart, the same heart that has unknowingly carried my name in its rhythm. You might not see your name written here in ink or calligraphy, but if you listen closely, it's embroidered into every pause, every comma, every breath between lines. This message is not just a confession, it is a living, breathing portrait of what you've become to me. You are not merely a chapter in my story. You are the unwritten poetry between every sentence I speak. You're the steady breath I draw when the world overwhelms me. In the chaotic orchestra of life, you are the quiet note that brings harmony to the entire symphony. Your presence steadies me, centers me, and reminds me that there is a place where I belong, within you. I may have surrendered parts of myself in the name of this love, but it was never a sacrifice. It was a homecoming. You looked at me, not through me. Your eyes didn't just meet mine, they understood them. In the soft way you say my name, I hear a melody that unlocks something deep and sacred in me. Your voice doesn't just echo in the air, it finds refuge in my soul. This love, unexpected, unscripted, and beautifully unplanned, has become my purpose, the compass that guides me, and the light that softly wakes me every morning. These aren't just words scribbled to impress. They're the truest reflection of what I feel when the world is quiet and it's just me, thinking of you. If these words reach you, know that they're a door opening to a journey into a kind of love that defies expectations, labels, or timelines. You came into my life not as a whirlwind but as a gentle breeze, steady, calming, and powerful in your subtlety. In times when others walked away, when life left me hollow, you remained. Not out of obligation, but out of something far more profound, the quiet grace of your character. You didn't demand recognition. You simply showed up, present, patient, unwavering. I remember a day when my spirit was weighed down by exhaustion, when my words felt empty and my silence screamed. I was lost in a fog, unseen even by my own reflection. And then, you, without needing to fix anything, were there. A gentle hand on mine, a gaze that said, "You are not alone," and a presence that spoke louder than any word could. In that moment, I realized love isn't loud. Sometimes, it's the steady heartbeat beside you when you can barely feel your own. Now, your presence is stitched into every aspect of my life. You've become a rhythm, a sanctuary. Your name, though rarely spoken, is carved into the architecture of my heart. It's a soft prayer I whisper in still moments. It's the calm in my breath and the light behind my smile. You aren't just someone I love, you are the space in which I feel most myself. There wasn't one grand moment of revelation, no cinematic epiphany. It came quietly, like morning light creeping through curtains. Alone in reflection, your name arose, not shouted, but softly called from within. It wasn't a decision, it was a knowing. A clarity that I could no longer separate you from my peace, from my purpose. You've become a part of my everyday. In ways I never even noticed until now. In the way I linger in silence, waiting for your voice. In how I start my day hoping you've thought of me. Even when you're not around, your energy fills the air. It's there in the softness of my tone, in my willingness to open up, even in the things I no longer say aloud. Because somehow, you already understand. You didn't ask for a place in my heart. You earned it. Slowly. Gently. Through kindness, patience, and unshakable presence. It wasn't until someone else said your name that I realized how deeply it was rooted in me. It wasn't jealousy that stirred, it was realization. The kind that says, "That's my person. Not mine to possess, but mine to cherish." And that name, it now carries every laugh, every conversation, every late-night voice note that made me feel known. It's not just a word anymore. It's a sacred emblem of the journey we've taken. Of every heartbeat that raced when I saw your name light up my screen, and every sigh of peace when I heard your voice. For so long, I held back. Not because I didn't feel enough, but because I felt too much. I didn't want to scare you. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I feared that one wrong word would change everything. So I stayed quiet, and in that silence, my heart grew heavier. I smiled through the ache, hoping you'd somehow know the depth of what I couldn't say. But I can't keep quiet anymore. Not when every breath I take feels like a letter addressed to you. Not when your laughter echoes in the hallways of my memory, and your kindness lingers like perfume on my soul. Even in your absence, you are a presence. A constant that steadies me. I remember the night your voice note reached me. I must have listened to it a dozen times. Your laughter, light and unfiltered, wrapped itself around my thoughts for days. I wanted to tell you how deeply it touched me, how it felt like the sun finding my face after days of storm. But I didn't. I stayed silent. And I regret that silence now. Because what you are to me deserves to be known. Deserves to be honored. You are not just an emotion. You are a life-changing presence. A divine alignment. You bring calm to my chaos, beauty to my ordinary, and meaning to my most mundane moments. In the stillness, in the chaos, in the quiet routine of life, you are there. Not just as someone I love, but as the one who knows me in ways no one else does. The one whose silence I understand, whose smile I wait for, and whose name I repeat to myself like a sacred vow. There was a moment, a fleeting one, when everything changed. You were speaking about something simple, your day perhaps, animated and bright-eyed. But I wasn't just hearing your words. I was absorbing your being. Your joy, your pain, your spirit. And suddenly, the world blurred around you. You became the only thing in focus. I knew, in that instant, that you were the one. My fear was never in loving you. That came naturally. My fear was in telling you. In laying bare my heart and risking the change that might follow. But the thought of you not knowing? Of walking through life unaware of how deeply you are loved. That fear now outweighs all others. So this is me, choosing truth. Choosing vulnerability. Choosing to tell you that you matter more than I've ever let on. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. I won't offer fairy tales or perfection. What I will offer is presence. Every day. Through silence and laughter, through questions and uncertainties. I will show up, for you, for us. If you need time, take it. If you need answers, ask them. If you need proof, let me show you, through the quiet gestures, the daily choosing, the consistent love. You are the melody that brings my chaos to stillness. The compass that gently turns me toward home. With you, even the ordinary feels sacred. Let this be more than a letter. Let it be a beginning. A soft unfolding. An invitation to trust me, not blindly, not all at once, but just a little more each day. And if you let me, I'll hold your heart with the gentleness it deserves. I'll honor the depths you rarely show. I'll stay, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. Because you, my love, are not just someone I want. You are someone I choose. Again and again, in every